Good morning. Welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to spend a couple minutes talking about stale seedbeds and some of the limitations we have utilizing it here in the Mid-South. First of all, a stale seedbed is simply stated is a growing area that you do whatever you think you need to do, get the weeds to come up, cover them up, and kill them off. And you do that a couple different times, trying to promote the weed growth. And the theory is that all the seeds that are in the soil, and there's a gazillion of them in there throughout the years, will grow. You kill them off, and then you put in your stuff without disturbing the soil. You don't till. And what that does is kills off your weeds and reduces your weed pressure. This is where our potatoes are going to go probably within the next month or so. And you can see what we do to promote our stale seedbed is we have tilled, we've turned, we put our organic matter on it. We actually row built this, and then we covered it with a silage tarp. What a silage tarp does is when the weeds come up, there's no sun and they die. And so for us here in the Mid-South, that works very well in the spring. Unfortunately, our main weed pressure here is not seeds. Let me explain. Our main weed pressure here is actually an ornamental grass called Bermuda. And what Bermuda grass does is, once you get it started, it's worse than any weed you will ever have. Now, those of you in the north don't have this problem. It's a warm season grass. But depending on where you're at and the moisture content of your environment, Bermuda is a big deal. So what Bermuda does is, it does give seeds, from what I understand. We never get that far, but they do have seeds. But the problem we have here is what's called a rhizome. And what a rhizome is, your Bermuda grass grows, and it sends out these big, long runners. And those runners go below your tarp and sometimes above your tarp. Unfortunately, that's not the growth we want. Because in order to kill off Bermuda, let's just say you want to till it and try to turn it under, where every time you cut those rhizomes, but let's say you bust a 3-foot section up into 5 pieces. Well, that's 5 separate areas of Bermuda grass that's going to come up. So it's a real problem as far as keeping your weeds down. Now, with all this said, you can see we still use some tarps. Now, we don't use it everywhere, but this particular area where this tarp is where the potatoes are going to go. And we'll put the potatoes in. We'll get a good start before the Bermuda grass comes in. Now, how do we control Bermuda grass? Well, there's a couple different ways you can do it, and most of them involve spraying something. We've been told to spray Roundup around the outer perimeter of our garden areas, and since we don't spray, that's a non-starter. Or you can dig things up and continually dig things up and try to keep Bermuda out. We've had Bermuda grow over landscape fabric, where you would not even know that there was landscape fabric underneath it. It's got so thick and grew so fast. So what we do is consistent, shallow cultivation. What does that mean? We run cultivators through the tractor. We have wheel hose, several wheel hose around here, to try to get as close to the plants as we can and fight Bermuda basically as soon as it gets warm until well after it gets cold. It is not an easy battle, which makes one of the difficulties here in growing anything other than Bermuda grass. The stale seedbed. If you're in the north or in some environment that you don't have to deal with a rhizome type grass, it's an amazing idea. It's amazing, and it works very, very well. Unfortunately, here, it creates a few challenges. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Until next time, I'll see you down at the barn.